Hello everyone. Let me give you a quick background and brief about our Flexi Cap fund, which is based on Megatrends Investing. What are Megatrends? Megatrends are long-term changes that impact economies, businesses, and companies. By identifying these megatrends, these long-term changes, we are actually able to identify investable opportunities. Now think about a stock. What affects the price of that stock over a longer term? You'll come up with many factors. But the most important factor that affects long-term stock price movement is the profit growth of that company. Megatrends Investing tries to identify those companies which will be able to grow their profits faster and more sustainably for a longer term. And that's why when stock prices follow profits, Megatrends Investing tries to anticipate which are the companies that will see the increase in their profit pool. Naturally, this is a growth style of investing. But our growth style of investing, supported by megatrends, actually increases the chances of success in growth investing. This is not just looking at one company and projecting its growth. This is about identifying the companies that have a good tailwind for growth and then seeing which of these companies has a capability to capitalize on that megatrend. We look at 6 sources of trends when we look at these megatrends. Technology changes, like for example, changes in because of AI, robotics, even UPI payments, changes in regulations, which is about, say, government is giving incentives to manufacturing through production-linked incentives, changes in economy, like rising per capita income, development of infrastructure, nature or sustainability changes, electric vehicles, for example, right? Looking at also demographic changes. If the population is young and increasing in income, how do they spend? How do they save? Which are the companies that benefit from that? And finally, social changes. These are about consumer behavior changes, like increasing penetration of social media, how that impacts many consumer brands and businesses. Together, TRENDS. These are the 6 sources of megatrends. We analyze each one of them to identify which companies benefit from this and which companies are on the wrong side of it so that we can avoid those businesses. The process of identifying companies is using these long-term trends, we create a universe. Out of this universe of companies, we look at each company on a bottom-up basis, their business model, whether they are able to have the right finances to capitalize on that megatrend and the valuation, and then come to the portfolio. So this is a combination of top-down and bottom-up research. We enter the arena through growth because we identify companies that can grow faster, but we also check quality and valuations. As you can see in the results, our Flexi Cap fund, when we launched 3 years back, Nifty was at 20,000. Today Nifty is at 24,000, 20% higher. And how much is the NAV up? 50%. Flexi Cap also helps beat passives or index. What does the index do? Index looks backward to identify which have been the winners for the past few years and then includes it in the constituents. Megatrends looks forward and sees which companies can grow faster and someday come into the index. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.